Hello, everybody. Hope you all are doing well. Welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Let's pick up where we left off. It was some low-class brickmaker negotiating with McGilden anyways, was it not? I have no relation to the man. So 2 months ago in that omnibus, McGilden killed the brickmaker and stole the disc. Mr. Mason was a single man with almost nothing to his name. It seems he lived in artisan quarters some years ago, but people there remember little about him. That doesn't make much sense though, does it? How would a humble brickmaker come to acquire secret government information? How indeed. There must have been somebody else involved behind the scenes in all this. Somebody who acquired the disc and gave it to Mr. Mason in order to take it to the meeting with McGilden and negotiate a deal. Dear me. You may have it in for me, sir, but I assure you I have far more class than that. An old brickmaker from artisan quarters and this well-to-do communications officer. If only I could find some evidence to link the two of them together. If you have nothing more to add on this note, let us return to the witness testimony. Look, all we've done is break into the cafe the other night like we told us to. Like Mr. Graydon told you to, you mean? That's it, yeah. Who else, eh? Silly me. Thought he was just popping over for a natter after all these years, but the water ain't a dodgy job for us. All these years. Eh, Ash? Ash? Is that his name, Ash Graydon? Let me stop you there, Mr. Skulkin. After all them years, you say? Do you mean to tell me that Mr. Graydon is an acquaintance of yours? We're the sociable kind of baddies, you know? Sure, let's say Graydon's an old China. Oh, do you have something to say, sir? Is something wrong, Mr. Skulkin? No, the other Mr. Skulkin. What? Who, me? When your brother was testifying just now, he said something that seemed to cause you to react. Oh, I was just remembering the old days, that's all. We used to have a right old laugh together way back when. Together? With Mr. Graydon, you mean? Yeah, with Ash, I mean. Yeah, look at him now, his fancy whistle and flute, and you wouldn't Adam and Eve in it. But when he was younger, it was from the poor part of town, just like us. That's so. But he was always a leery one. He had the brains and he had the savvy. Always coming up with smart ideas like what would never have gone through our heads. God blimey, ain't that the truth? Remember Milvern Town and Skulkin's Milk Run? That was a corker, eh? Save it until after the trial. Your reminiscing has no place in this courtroom. And neither does your fruit. Oh, he asked us a question, didn't he? And he was answering. Yeah, we ain't done nothing wrong. Nevertheless, the court is not prepared to accompany you on your trip down memory lane. Counsel, can we turn our attention back to the testimony, please? I don't know. Can that sentimental story be relevant in somehow? Let's say add it to the testimony. My lord. Yes, counsel. The brother's last sentimental statement could hold vital information relating to this case. Very well, counsel. I will permit the brother to supplement their testimony with that detail. Briefly, I hastily to add. Say no more, the Skulkin brothers. A Skulkin never skulkins. Hometown and Skulkin's Milk Run. Go there the days. What does that even mean? I'm sure I'm going to regret asking, but what exactly was that? Some kind of business? Just a little scheme we had going on back when we was youngsters. A bit of fun, really. Delivering fresh milk to locals. What was it all about? That sounds alarmingly legitimate. There must be a catch. I suppose since we're here, I should ask them to elaborate, but on what? The business name? Since the business was just a little bit of fun, you say, and it was just yourself and Mr. Graydon involved. Yeah, that's right. Milverton and Skulkin Milk Run, was it? Yeah, that's it. And where did the Milverton part come from? Oh, right. I thought clever clogs like you would have worked it out up by now. That is... Enough of this. How much longer are we expected to listen to this? I don't... Let me guess. You don't accept any of these two witnesses saying anything. Tell me, why is it that it was only at that mention of the name Milverton that you decided to interject? Because well... It was the happiest of homes. That one came from. Yeah, his old man was struggling with money so much, his wife walked out on him. She took the name Graydon then, see? But Ash will always be Milverton to us. Milverton. So that used to be your surname, did it? Of course not. This is all bunkum. I've been a Graydon since I was born. Do you really think you can rely on the testimony of these two thieves, huh? You're a communications officer attached to the civil service. As such, your personal details will have been thoroughly checked at the time of your appointment. It would be a very simple matter indeed to subpoena those records, Mr. Graydon. Well, it would appear that Mr. and Mrs. Skulkin's testimony has been reliable for once. You were born Ashley Milverton, then? Is that correct? Very well, yes. The Ashley Graydon was once Ashley Milverton. That information could change things. That could turn out to be extremely important. Can I go to my court records? What was the last name of the brick person? Oh, he's not even on here, is he? No, he's not even on here. Actually, is there anything of... Oh, what do you call it? Anything that flashes back to the name of that person. Of the brickmaker, that's who. I don't think I have anything that says his name. Oh, I just need to check. I mean, he was called Thrice Fired Mason, wasn't it? There it is. Thrice Fired Mason. Alright, but what was his actual last name, though? I guess we haven't figured that out. Ashley Graydon personal file has been updated in the court records. Alright, I feel like we still got more to go through. All of a sudden, we seem to be up to our necks in the serious matter of national security. Although, all this talk about interception of secret government messages is still just conjecture at this stage. It would explain a number of things though, wouldn't it? The negotiation Guinea overheard on the omnibus 2 months ago and the break-in at Winterbanks. But the trouble is, it wasn't Mr. Graydon in the omnibus with Mr. McKilty. No, that was Mr. Mason, the brickmaker, who was so horribly murdered. If only there was some link between the two men somehow. I know, but Mr. Graydon's testimony seems to be as watertight as ever. I wonder if the key to us making headway with the cross-examination here will be those two brothers. Look, all we done is break into the Gaffia. Let me look at my evidence. I feel like I'm missing something here. I can't quite see. So this is for the small box. This one's for the overcoat. I'm a bit stuck on here on this part. Let's see. Pawnbroke of ticket coats. Blood. I can't quite figure it out, it seems. Let me see. We got another ticket. This is for another coat. I wonder if we can do anything with his blood. His blood is staining like we suspected. That's right. Hurley wonderful. I don't suppose Gina could have been wearing the gloves, could she? He would never wear gloves. He pickpocket. Could be wrong. Oh, I was kind of hoping we get a little bit like information on that. We got the manuscript, Iris Williams. I have no idea how this plays into anything. McGilded note. Okay, victim found deceased on the omnibus schedule. Okay, I forgot we had this. Oh my gosh, there it is. Mason Milverton. I completely forgot we had this. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's go back. The answer was so obvious if I just remembered what evidence I had. Where is it? Amir Communications. Yes, the third one right here. And then we're gonna present him our case file for the McGilded case.
Objection!
Mr. Ashley Milverton. Tell me, why did you try to hide your former name from the courts? Because I haven't gone by that name for years. It means nothing to me. No, I don't think that's the real explanation at all. The truth is, you had a reason to hide that name. Explain yourself, counsel. I have here the notes from the omnibus case, my lord. And as we all know, the victim, the man who we now understand to have been negotiating with Mr. McGilded. Yes, Mr. Mason, the brickmaker. That's right. Only Mason wasn't his surname at all. It was his given name. His full name was Mason Milverton. Milverton? Do you mean to say saints alive? Mr. Ashley Milverton, is it not the case that the brickmaker Mr. Mason Milverton was your father? I don't. As I believe I mentioned earlier, your family history will have been thoroughly checked when you joined the civil service. And it really should have take no time at all for the court to subpoena those records. The truth is, you have been illegally acquiring highly confidential government information and selling it on to McGilded in collaboration with your father. This is slander. I carve a new life for myself as a respectable communications officer, as a gentleman. I have no idea what my father has been up to, but it has nothing to do with me. And may I remind the court that the assertion that the disc contains some sort of message in Morse code has been reliably disproven by a professional and independent communications officer, no less. The relationship between the victim and the omnibus case and the witness is undoubtedly significant. However, the defense argument remains somewhat incomplete, I feel. Now, I believe the cross-examination should continue. Alright, so Morse code uses 2 tones. If I could just demonstrate the possibility that this could have been used to generate 2 distinct tones. Oh, okay, there we go. Perhaps we should have a really good look over it. I did have a good look at it. You will reiterate your testimony if you please, Mr. Graydon. If I must, though, I maintain exactly what I did at the start of this pointless cross-examination. Alright, I know exactly where to go from here. Besides, blah blah, the uneven Morse code. Okay. So if let me save here actually. I feel like I haven't saved in a while. I'm going to present the box, because I already looked at it and shown that there are 2 sides to it. If you put the same disc, they're most likely going to give you 2 different tones. Is that it? I don't know. We'll see. So let us present this.
Objection!
Let's see what happens. Let's just consider the implications of the statement for a second, shall we? What implications, counsel? Nothing strikes me about it. Exactly. There's nothing striking about it. What? Okay, maybe I should press him on it, and maybe he'll tell me something different. Okay, Oh, that's right. Yes, I do have to press them. And then we get the option to show that there is some significance. Alright, I have made it to this part where they give me an option. I had to get through a bunch of dialogue that I didn't want to really reread and show it again. So give it a try. There's still every possibility that this music box was instrumental in the leaking of government secrets. That's the belief of the defense, at least. Objection! Does it please you in some way, my Nipponese friend? Repeat the same line of arguments ad infinitum. It's already been established that to be Morse code, 2 tones are required, dots and dashes. Yes, I'm well aware of that. Then what? Well, it would appear the defense has a hypothesis to put forward. You had better present your idea at once, counsel. How do you propose this music box, which appears to produce only a single tone, could have been used to cipher secret messages onto Morse code? Flippy flippy, pushy button. Oh, what is it, Runo? I just noticed something about this music box. It looks like, okay, I think we're repeating dialogue. I feel like I did this a lot slower than what I probably should have. There's enough movement on this side. Yep, this is all pretty much the same dialogue. Normally I'm on top of it, not repeating dialogue in line so much. Who would have thought there would be a second movement button on this side? Oh, wait, I didn't press present. I pressed like the same thing again. Alright, come on. Present! Got it! Good gracious, what am I looking at? Another movement on the other side of the music box? What? It appears, my lord, that the 2 movements are linked together. In other words, you can put 2 discs in this music box, and the sound of both will play back at the same time. Good heavens! As the court has heard, Morse code comprises of 2 tones, a short dot and a long dash. With a second disc in place, this music box could be used to generate Morse code and convey a message. Ah! What a graceful spin that was. The fact and evidence unveiled by the cross-examination of this witness all come together to reveal the truth. The truth, you say? That you collaborated with your father, Mr. Mason Milverton, in illegal dealings with Magnus McGilden. By dint of this music box, you mean, counsel? Yes. Stealing information being sent in secret government communications and selling it to McGilden. Mr. Graydon concocted this elaborate scheme of using 2 music box discs to encode the information, as presumably as safety measures against the information falling into the wrong hands. A very effective one. I shouldn't have given the scheme any credence whatsoever. But the dealings with McGilden went sour, and the bookmaker met his end. Yes, but before he was arrested, McGilden managed to temporarily dispose of the stolen disc at the pawnbrokers. Then, having learnt of the situation, you appeared at Winterbanks 2 days ago, in an attempt to recover the 2 articles McGilden had placed in pawn here. But that attempt failed. One of the discs was seized by the police, and the other was never found. So that same night, you enlisted the help of the Skulkin brothers and broke into the pawnbroker. This time, determined to recover the second disc. Are you suggesting that the second disc was inside the music box? Eh? We never knew nothing about that. Oh, there was already a disc in the music box. Then we have the bloody print one. Oh my goodness. I didn't realize that. Oh, is the No, it's already inside. The intruder to the pawnbroker touched one item and one item alone, the music box. As rather ingenious demonstrated using the 2 prints from the security camera indeed. So the question that naturally begs answering is this. Why was only that one article disturbed? The answer is obvious, because it contained the second disc which the intruder was desperate to retrieve. Since if it were to fall into the hands of the police, it would be proof of high treason. Ooh, what is he gonna say to get himself out of this now? Well, Mr. Graydon, do you deny that all of this actually began on the fateful night 2 months ago? I refuse to accept any of this nonsense. Is that all? Sir. There appears to be blood seeping through the sleeve of your jacket. What? Ah! 2 nights ago, we know that 3 shots were fired at the scene of the crime in Winterbank's pawnbrokery. 1 took the life of the pawnbroker himself. 1 struck the pouch around Mr. Sholm's waist. And the final bullet struck the calendar on the wall of the shop, having first pierced the arm of one of the intruders. Mr. Graydon, that wound on your arm that you seem to be trying to hide, it's a bullet wound, isn't it? He's got you now, me old chin. Time to call it quits, Croak, I reckon. Disc. Alright, well, I'm gonna have to stop this part here. So, thank you all so much for watching. Remember to like, comment, share, subscribe, and until then, I will see you all later. Goodbye.